Well, he's shot in the back, so obviously he's running away from you.
Yeah.
So he's running away from you.
Yes.
And you're continuing to fire at him.
No.
This is Johnny Lee Trigg Jr., 44 years old, sitting across from a homicide task force 7 days after shooting his unarmed neighbor in the back. And he is calling it self-defense.
That's a long face.
Yeah, because the guy died. Yeah, he died. He died on Saturday.
He finds out his neighbor is dead right there in that chair, in that moment, and what comes out of his mouth is something you genuinely have to hear to believe. This is one of the most chilling, most disturbing neighbor dispute homicides the city of Dayton, Ohio has ever seen.
How far did you make it in school?
10th grade.
10th grade? Okay, if you want to put, I've completed 10 years of schooling, but you can read and understand English. If you could you read out the waiver of rights paragraph right there?
The above statement of rights has been read to me. I understand what my rights are. I am willing to make a statement and answer questions. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I understand and know what I am doing. No promises or threats have been made to me, and pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me.
Do you know what the word coercion means?
No, sir.
Basically, we're not threatening you or promising you anything like, hey, you need to talk to us or this is going to happen or something. Like, we're not promising you anything,
Yes,
right? Okay, so that's what coercion. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you want to talk to us about what happened?
Well, my attorney advised me not to, but I'm going to say what happened.
You want to talk to us? Okay. If you want to talk to us, man, I just need your signature right there where it says sign. Okay, and me and my partner are going to witness it.
See me? I'm back in the house. This time I was coming back out. The trash can. Put it in the back of my truck. I came back out the house. Gun in hand, looking for me.
Did he say anything to you?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah,
He said, yeah.
I got kids that guy's age.
Mm-hmm. You ever seen this guy before all this incident and everything like that?
Yeah. Every time I would go see my dad, I would see him. Never knew the guy. Never had no altercations, running into him. Anything. I don't know why. He chose it.
And when he hit you in the mouth with a gun over a month, did you go to the hospital or anything?
Yes.
Where'd you go to?
Money got
You went to the valley?
I got it. Fractured gun line.
Okay.
Listen to my old Porsche. No longer in between my guns.
Yeah.
They all tore up where he get me around with.
Okay. You make a police report at that time?
I'm not gonna lie to you, sir. That was a major pain. By the time they gave me my medications, I was so out of it.
Yeah.
I just was willing to leave it alone. I said, I don't even know the guy. I tried to move to alleviate everything.
Yeah.
The guy just constant. Every chance he got, told me.
Where'd you get the gun that you used? Around, okay. Are you allowed to carry a gun?
No, sir.
Okay.
I've been shot.
Okay. And your leg before?
Who shot me.
Okay.
So, I never wanted to hurt nobody. It was for my protection.
Around, one word, a convicted felon, legally banned from owning a firearm, and that is his entire answer. Then immediately he buries it under his own victimhood. Detectives keep listening, because what comes next is where the story really starts to crack.
Tell me what happened before that assault and everything. Listen, there's a lot of stuff that we know.
Before the assault.
Yeah, you need to start being truthful with me.
I am, sir.
Okay? Because I know a lot more than you think I do.
Sir,
Okay.
I'm God, honest truth.
From the beginning.
Give me a polygraph.
Okay, so from the beginning, tell me what happened before this incident, before this assault when he hit you in the mouth. Where did this all start at? How did this all start?
It started in the soda bags. I pull up. I got two relatives in a vehicle. I pull up. The gentleman curbside me. I said, I'm just pulling up to this. What? I took all aggressive and notch. I took. You ain't never took nothing from me.
Mm-hmm.
You bought it, I handed it to you.
What did he take? Or what did he borrow from you?
Bag of charcoal.
Bag of charcoal?
Bag, this man did all of what he did to me over. Bag of charcoal that belonged.
Like the grilling charcoal? Like using a grill? Was it just sitting on your back porch? Okay. So he takes the bag of charcoal. Did he end up paying you for it? Either then or down the road?
They told me he left the money, but the way he approached me, and all I did is just told the man, I said, for future references, I don't care what it is over here, don't touch nothing over here. And the man just.
This was the same day.
I approached him about my approach.
Okay. So this was all the same day.
Everybody over here will tell you I did nothing wrong. I tried to avoid this man. I haven't even been going to see my dad on a regular basis because of this gentleman. And every time this gentleman would see one of my vehicles, he would come and talk. Every I asked him, do you know me? Where do you know me from? Why do you keep bothering me? I'm tired of prison. You see me all the time. You see me with my kids. You see what I'm doing. And let me beg you, please. I don't want.
A bag of charcoal. That is where this allegedly started. A $10 argument that reportedly festered for years into threats, confrontations, a pistol whipping, and ultimately the death of a 29-year-old new father. As investigators dug into Trigg's background, what they found was chilling. 8 months out of prison, felonious assault, aggravated burglary, illegal firearm possession, a man legally banned from touching a gun who showed up that morning with one already in his hand. Detectives theorized this wasn't a spontaneous reaction. This was a man who had been building toward this moment for a long time, who saw Myquan Taylor walk outside that morning and made a decision. But with Trigg's self-defense claim still on the table, everything now depended on what he said next in that room.
I seen him at the state store.
Mm-hmm.
And he got my little alcohol beverage.
What do you mean? Yeah. What?
Him and two of his guys pulled behind my truck, talking. I was with my other guy, man. Little young punk saying, I don't know him. I don't even know the guy for the guy. I can tell you two things about him, good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And then what?
Morning. All I was trying to do was get my problem and cover my dirt. I got a little burning, man.
Was he going to his, so he came out of his apartment, you came out of your apartment?
No. As he was coming out his apartment on his way wherever he was going.
What time is this about?
Early.
Early? Okay.
My dad usually get his insulin. He usually want his insulin around 5:30, no later than 6. So it had to been around 6:20, I believe, 6:25.
Okay.
Guy came out. Let's put toilet shoes in the back of my truck. The man was halfway to his vehicle. Like I wouldn't turned around. went back into his residence. He came back out. Looking for me.
How do you know he's looking for you?
See me. When he seen me coming, I was going back in as he was going back in. Grabbed my, cause I got all my stuff right there in the door. I know y'all seen that when y'all went in the apartment. All my stuff is lying by the door. For me to just load my truck and go. Lock eyes with me. Weapon in hand. Came from around my truck. The weapon that I had was inside the truck. He came around. I was already weapon in hand. He looked, seen the weapon, retrieved fire. Man had a weapon. I had a weapon. I've been shot before. I took my family through the night.
How many times did you shoot?
Okay.
You know what?
Don't give me the line.
How many times do you think you shot?
Probably 6. I never tell.
So when you go to shoot, when you shoot the first time, what's he do? Does he take off running? Does he go back in the apartment?
No. He took off. He was trying to, I guess the element of surprise, he was trying to, I don't know, I can't say what the man was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
He took off. Trigg's own words. Taylor was running, and Trigg fired 6 times. "I'm tired of prison and I want to try," said mid-sentence, almost a whisper, like a thought that escaped before he could catch it. That is not fear talking. That is a man watching everything collapse in real time.
Let me ask you this. Did your gun jam at any time? Or misfire? I think you can. I think there's some stuff that you're not telling me that you want to get, that's really holding you down. All right, listen. I told you, there's a lot more than I know.
Honest truth, sir.
There's a lot, I don't think you are. There's a lot more to the story than you're not telling me.
Sir,
All right?
I'm telling you the God, honest truth, and everything transpired, sir. I'm not fabricating anything.
When you went to fire the first time, did your gun jam? Or did it misfire?
The first time? Or the incident?
Of this incident that happened almost a week ago. That involved shooting this guy.
No, I don't, like I said, sir. Like, I'm not lying to you. I'm not fabricating anything to you, sir. I'm telling you the God, honest truth of that took place, sir. I don't know what stories you got. I don't know any of this. All I can tell you, sir, is what I encountered, what I experienced.
Okay, you know, at that time, there's other people that are up, right?
I'm gonna tell
And you know, okay, no, I'm telling you, there's other people that are up and out and about at that time. There's other people that saw what happened. Okay? They saw what happened.
Exactly.
And
I'm not fabricating anything.
we're trying to come, you know, everybody's got a story. Everybody sees what they saw, and you were obviously the one involved in it. And, you know, for the most part, I think you're being truthful. There's some stuff that I'm just going to call out.
I'm telling you the God, honest truth, sir. You can give me a polygraph right now.
Okay, so if what you're saying is true, this gentleman had a gun, and you're claiming that you shot in self-defense. Why didn't you stay there for the police and tell your side of the story then instead of being on the run for almost a week?
You know, I listened to my counsel. I obtained counsel the very next day. My counsel told me, just chill out, do what you've been doing. Let me sort through this shit. That's all I've been doing.
Who's your counsel?
Charles Slicer.
Okay, so Mr. Slicer told you to stay on the run?
He told me to sit back, chill out, and let him sort through this mess I had myself in.
Okay.
First it was just a felonious assault. The dynamics was gonna change, I was understanding. Now it's a murder. That's what I'm facing.
Yeah, because the guy died.
I heard.
Yeah, he died. He died on Saturday.
I was nervous.
Mr. Trigg, where were you standing when you shot the first time?
That was bad as fuck. Asterisk 3 words. That is the full depth of what he offers when he finds out Myquan Taylor is dead. No grief, no devastation. 3 words. And detectives are watching every second of it. Psychology read, Trigg never goes quiet, never goes pale. His response to learning he killed someone is immediate deflection back to self-preservation, the charge, the lawyer, the dynamics. For investigators, that absence of genuine human reaction is one of the most unsettling things in this entire room. Here is what the crime scene actually showed equals and why it makes Trigg's self-defense claim impossible to sustain. The shell casings did not cluster in one defensive spot. They trailed down the sidewalk toward Danner Avenue, advancing, moving forward, chasing. A windshield was shot out further down the street. The fatal bullet entered Myquan Taylor's right buttock, traveled upward through the pelvis, and severed his femoral artery, the wound of a man shot from behind while running. And not one additional firearm was recovered anywhere near Myquan's body. Not one casing from a second gun. Every single piece of physical evidence told the same story. Now watch as detectives put all of it directly in front of him.
All right, so, but if we go fast forward to the 18th, all right, which was last week, we've got you shooting at him, standing in the road. Then we've got your additional casings going down the sidewalk as if you're going down towards Danner, continuing to shoot. And then we've got a windshield that's shot out, and we've got him shot in the back. I mean, so you're pursuing after him. You're alleging you're in fear for your life.
I'm telling you the guy.
But you're pursuing him.
For you to tell me that there was not a gun on the scene, where is the gun?
I don't think there was one.
Yes, it was, sir.
Where was the gun that you used at?
The gun that I used, I don't know. It was on the scene. It should have been on the scene.
Where at?
It should have been right beside his vehicle. See what I'm saying?
Did you drop it after you shot him?
Yeah, I panicked when I seen that gun in that man's hand at the same gun. He smacked me in the mouth with it, that's how I know.
Yeah.
I had a clip hanging out that long. That's how I know. The man had a weapon in hand when he came back out for the set.
Okay, so after the shooting, where'd you go? Did you go back in your apartment?
Yes, I did.
Then, would you go out the back door or out the front door when you left before?
No, actually, no, I stayed there. I was trying to find my cell phone. I couldn't find no cell phone.
Were you inside the
My
apartment?
keys, my house keys were still there. My door was wide open. I ran out of there. I was in fear for my life.
Did you run out the front door?
Like Stewart Street side?
Yeah, Stewart Street side.
I ran towards the park, the Stewart Street side, yes.
And where'd you go from there?
When I left there, I went to my mom's house first.
Yeah.
I let my mom know what took place. She told me, well, running ain't gonna make it better. I said, no, I'm not running. I said, I need an attorney. And I contacted the attorney, counsel. My counsel been telling me since the incident, sit back, chill, see what I gotta do. Sort through this shit. Right now it's a felonious assault, but the dynamics should change.
So what'd you do with the gun?
The gun was on the scene.
No, and
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. That's how I know it's some bullshit involved. The gun that was used should have still been on the scene, and the gun that he had should have still been on his person, man.
I'm telling you right now, there's no guns on scene.
That's
Hold on.
what I'm trying to say.
Listen. Officers were there pretty quickly after the shooting came out. Okay? There's eyewitnesses, multiple eyewitnesses that watched this whole thing transpire, and ain't none of them, not one of them said this dude ran up and got the gun and took it into this apartment, or you dropped the gun. No, they're saying he's run away, you shot him, you ran back into your apartment, then the police showed up. And then obviously, a SWAT standoff happened and everything when you weren't even in there. And you were at your mom's now, let's you say.
Yes.
Okay?
Running ain't going to make it better. His own mother said it to his face, and he ran for 7 more days. A man who genuinely believed he fired in self-defense stays at the scene, calls the police himself, tells the story right there. Running is what you do when you already know the story won't hold.
So, the gun that was found in the couch. Straight up, is that the gun? Don't listen.
No, sir.
Be straight with me.
No, sir.
The gun that was in the couch, that
Gun
was,
should have still been on the scene, sir.
gun went on the scene.
So what was the deal with the gun in the couch?
I don't know nothing about no gun in no couch.
Would
Here's
your,
Trigg, we're being very respectful.
Sir, I would tell you you got no DNA to gun, fingerprinting. I don't know nothing about no gun in
so,
no couch.
okay, so, if your DNA is not on that gun, do you mind if we collect your DNA to compare it?
Yeah, come on.
So we'll do that a little bit, okay? The cell phone, that's your cell phone, the blue one that was right there on the little table, okay? Which phone number is that?
Actually, that was my sister's phone.
That's your sister's phone? She's saying it's not her phone.
The phone that I got, that's my big sister's phone. That's the phone I've been using,
What number is that?
520. Is it 520, 7251?
937 area code.
937. Do you know the passcode on that phone?
Yeah.
What's the passcode?
0737.
And that's your sister's phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. What's your sister's name?
Lakita.
Lakita?
Mm-hmm.
A second gun, hidden in the couch where he slept. And he gets louder, demands DNA, demands a polygraph, challenges everything. But here is what cuts through all of it. In this entire room, across this entire hour, Trigg never once asks about Myquan Taylor, never asks if he survived, never says his name, not once.
Have you been staying at your sister's house before this? At all?
No.
So you're not living with your sister over on Redwood where we got this. You literally went over there at 4 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning that day.
My phone.
Okay. But I'm just saying, you don't have any clothes there, you don't get mail there, nothing, right? Okay. Were you by yourself when you went over there? Were you by yourself when you went over there? Or did your girlfriend go over there?
Well, my cousin brought me off over there.
What's your cousin? Is this the same cousin that was with you during...
The accident?
What's your cousin's name?
Leslie Owens.
What is it?
Leslie Owens.
Leslie Owens? Yeah. And they dropped you off over on Redwood. Was anybody else with you?
No, he dropped me. I didn't want him to know where I was going.
Okay.
So he dropped me off at, what's that gonna be, Dead Door in Redwood.
Okay.
Okay, like a block out.
Block up and you walk
I
out.
didn't want him to know where I was going.
Okay.
And you were by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tawana wasn't with you?
No. When I got to my sister's this morning,
Mm-hmm.
I had called her, because she had called me yesterday, and told me that, the U.S. Marshals was looking for me. And I was like, well, shit, I ain't running from nobody. I'm just doing what my counsel told me to do. Like right now, I ain't supposed to be doing this, but I did nothing wrong. I don't feel I've done anything wrong.
Okay.
I ain't supposed to be doing this. His own words. His lawyer told him to stay silent. He talked for nearly an hour anyway, completely convinced his story was airtight. It wasn't. And every single word he spoke in that room, the jury would eventually hear. Johnny Lee Trigg Jr., age 44, was convicted of murder, felonious assault, and having weapons under disability, sentenced to 21 years to life in prison. Myquan R, Taylor's daughter, was 7 weeks old the morning he was shot. She will be in her 20s before Trigg even sees a parole board. Myquan R, Taylor was 29 years old, a new father, somebody's everything. Our mission is simple: voices for the voiceless. We tell the stories of those who can no longer speak for themselves. Don't forget to subscribe and check the pinned comment. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.